Lucky number 13 here. Right, Tiggs? Lucky 13 for the GAG Master Challenge tonight. Okay. Give it a good spin. Woo! What's up with the camera? Prison guard. Okay, I haven't had that one yet. Good. Tiggs. Please. Please. All right, this is the kind of thing that definitely slows me down a little bit. Tonight, I'm actually going to try, since it is lucky number 13, I want to try going straight in marker. I've talked about it previously, just doing straight in magic marker. Excuse me. Jump it up. Come on up. Okay, buddy. That's much better. Good boy. Okay. Prison guard. And then we got racetrack. And then we got loss of dignity. I already had loss of dignity previously. Let's try another one. This camera keeps flipping. I don't understand it. Deceiving expectation. I already had it. Okay. Curiosity. Okay, I can work with that. All right, we're going to do this straight in marker, no pencils, just to see if it's possible. Probably not, but that's not going to stop us from trying. All right. Stick the camera in the thang. Is that right? Yeah, okay. And let's slide back the time-lapse camera. Wee bit. Okay. Looking good. And I'm also using a different size paper tonight. I got an entire box of computer paper from the 1980s for helping a friend of mine clean out a bunch of junk from her attic. So it's smaller paper that takes me out of my comfort zone. I'm a lot more comfortable working large. The challenge with this straight in Sharpie or straight in ink is that it's going to require a little bit of pre-visualization, but not to worry, I brought a cup of coffee to help. So pre-visualization is a technique that certain athletes have used, especially on the Olympic level. Prison guard. Race. Track. And curiosity. The curiosity part, this is going to mess me up. All right. That's going to mess me up big time. All right. So what the heck? How do you draw this? Prison guard. What does a prison guard even look like, right? They look sort of like a police officer, but they're not generally wearing... they don't always wear like a hat, right? Is that correct? All right, let's try this. Well, first of all, we got to figure out the placement of word bubbles or caption. So okay. No pencils. I always say no erasers, and then I end up using them. If I was a true savant, then this will go off swimmingly, but I am, trust me when I say I absolutely am not a savant. You know, a lot of the artists that I admire the most, they would all say in interviews that even though their stuff looks like it was done so easily, you know, it was at the very minimum they were an overnight success, 20 to 25 years in the making, you know. But they would also say, like Joe Kubert and Jack Kirby, these guys, these consummate professionals, they would also say, are you kidding me? It's like every day is a struggle. Every blank page is a battle. They were miraculously able to achieve such a sustained level of quality. That's why everybody deems their work in such high esteem. But they themselves, these guys were human beings, man, and it was a struggle. So that's a word balloon, right? And then we got Gemma, who is my daily battle for space. She smells good though, almost as good as a wild banana eraser. Gemma, what are you doing? Get your butt off of there. So I'm already challenged by this shrunken page size. Previously, all the other GAG Master challenges have been on 17 by 11 paper that's then been trimmed down to like, well, it's definitely 11 wide. It's probably realistically like 13 or 14 inches tall, because I tend to be cutting off like 3 inches. Let's say they're 14. So yeah, so they're probably 11 by 14. I'm kind of formulating what's going in here, but what are you doing? Gemma, you are messing me up. You are. You're doing a good job. You was doing doing such a good job. Hmm? Hmm? Come on, Gemma. Good girl. Gemma just settled right in. You're such a lover. You're such a lover. So I'm using pencil, but not to actually draw. I'm using it to give tone. Big difference. So I'm not breaking my rule to go straight in marker here. Well, this definitely, as far as drawing goes, turns out to be a failed experiment. Yeah, so we're not really going to consider necessarily, unless I can figure out some way to tighten it up. I don't even know what that means, but basically, if there's some way that I can create a shorthand for these challenges, I don't know if that's even possible, just because there's already layers of complexity with the criteria that have to be met. I wanted to try it though. Lucky 13, I figured, okay, maybe I'll catch a break and get lucky with the 3 prompts, which I think like I did actually. I like this. I like this, the setting and the character. And the only thing I really don't think I can meet is the curiosity part. I can put it in this dialogue balloon, and then that'll, you know, to a degree, but it'll be verbal. It won't be something that ties into the visual. And I will do that actually, now that I've mentioned it. Yeah, and this might be the last time I use this smaller size paper. I just thought, hey man, I got a whole box of this computer paper, right? Free to a good home. It's not very thick though. Gemma, get your butt over here. What are you doing? going. And will it save time to go straight in ink? Probably not, because I end up exerting a certain amount of energy to go straight in ink without using pencils. But it was still, you know, it's worth a try. I get 1 gold star, 2 brownie points, and an attaboy. That's what I get. Who's making the rules up for this dang GAG Master thing? Well, it's rigged. Yes, sir. I wouldn't do it if it wasn't. I mean, yeah, I don't know who rigged this competition, but I'm sure glad I'm winning. Sorry. GAG Master. So maybe we should go chisel tip now that we've gotten some of the nitty pitty, nicky picky, ticky tacky stuff, and just do big block chunks. Of course, the benefit of Procreate and Photoshop. I actually call it Procreate now because Photoshop's like dead to me. All the Adobe products, of course. I mean, it's kind of what happens when a company shits on their customer base. Are they thinking that there are more artists on planet Earth than already exist, or that somehow they're going to generate miraculously new customers? Because that's a delusion. I just had an idea. I was at the Dollar Tree a couple days ago, and I picked up a couple new cheap pseudo Sharpies, the Jot brand, but I also picked up this bestial, or I should just call it a behemoth of a marker that looks like, well, anyway, it probably takes batteries. I don't know. But it's blue. So I'm going to see what happens if I can get more of a depth to this main guard character now that this Sharpie is officially gone to Turdsville. Turdsville is right next to that other town. What's it called? Crap City. It's where a lot of dice rollers live. Turdsville is entirely different. I think they're both in the country Chatonia, though. Not sure about that. So let's try this big blue, just to see if we can get some kind of depth. Woo! Brand new, Gemma. What do you think about that? Woohoo! Yeah, boy. She's putting out a lot of flavor. So maybe the benefit of this computer paper, computer printout paper, is that it does seem to be absorbing pretty well. I don't know how well it would do to erase on it. And maybe that's just another reason I can give myself for not using pencils on this one. Okay. And what do you call this? You know, at racetracks, whether it's horses or cars, the grassy center, not to be confused with the creamy, gooey, cream-filled center. Is it called a medium? A medium? No, a median. Or is that just for highway? I don't know. I'm pretty ignorant. I lived under a rock for several years. That's why I feel sluggish sometimes. Well, anyway, that's pencil grass. That's what that is. All right, so now we're down to just, I think there's enough of a hint here of race cars that with the words commensurate, we should be able to pull this off maybe. Ah, yes. Yeah, that added some kind of depth anyway. Okay. Problems once again with my lettering. And normally I'm like pretty proficient with lettering. See, I can work with when Gemma's behaves like this. It's when she's prancing and circling all around me. Right, Gemma? right, that's it. I think that's the shortest one I've ever did for the GAG Master Challenge, but that was because straight and ink, no pencil, no pencil, no pencil, no pencil. And Gemma was a good girl. She didn't cause too much disruption. So now I get to make a song all about this Master Challenge. And tomorrow we'll be back to using pencils.